Hello, welcome back. So in this video, I'd like to talk about the basics of GitHub, and you'd be surprised how often people get this part wrong, and this is the fundamental. So I've created an almost blank GitHub profile here so that we can work on it together. And the first thing to mention is this profile picture. Now, for most people, the profile picture on GitHub is seemingly not of that much importance. It's about the code, right? Well, is it? So the most common thing, and this actually happens to me on a daily basis when people submit profile review requests to me, and they'll send me through the URLs for their GitHub profile or their LinkedIn profile, and commonly there's at least one mistake, and it's often with the GitHub profile, so I can't get there. Now, we've talked about this in previous videos where you should be linking from your LinkedIn profile to your GitHub so I can get there, and we'll also talk about linking back later on. So you should be making that obvious, but sometimes people don't link that up, certainly not in their first review. That's one of the first things I point out to them, that I can't get to any supporting information, and GitHub is often people's first port of call for supporting information. So if I can't get there, I end up having to search through GitHub trying to find you, and you'd be surprised to know how much I value having the same profile picture on LinkedIn and on GitHub, because for someone like me, especially having a very common name, it comes up with lots and lots of people. But if I can see that profile picture, I can get to it. Now, I've seen recruiters on a daily basis looking through, trying to find someone's GitHub, and they're not going to spend long. Time is very much of the essence, and they'll bring up this list and have a quick scan through it, but if they can't find it very quickly, they just skip it and say, I haven't got any supporting evidence. So if you want people to see your GitHub, making it easy for people to find it, even when you make a simple typing error, can be really fundamental to actually making sure people see it. So as always, use what you've got on LinkedIn and use the same profile picture here. LinkedIn is the most important thing because that's where the recruiters start, so make everything mimic this. So lots of people want me to start reviewing their GitHub profile, and I always tell them, no, I want to do your LinkedIn, get that straight first, and then we'll move on to supporting evidence. We can do your resume, we can do all those other things after. If we get the philosophy correct on LinkedIn, it maps across here. Because the second thing to look at after the profile picture is there's a bio that goes on somewhere here to tell me what you do. Now, this is the equivalent of the LinkedIn headline. So you can see I've omitted it here, but if I click through to edit, there's a bio, and this will show up. So if I say founder of Crushing Digital and save that, great. Now we've got a piece of text. Now this wouldn't help someone in your position, a developer. So what do we want to put here? So what I tell developers is you're going to go back to LinkedIn, and again, this is why we started with LinkedIn, and literally cut and paste whatever you put in your headline. Again, my headline won't be as relevant to you, but yours might be something like front-end developer, and in brackets, React, perhaps Redux, etc., maybe TypeScript. So that would be literally a cut and paste job for you if we've already fixed LinkedIn. So once we've fixed that, the next thing is, as I said, can I get from LinkedIn to GitHub, and can I get back? So what we can do here is take this LinkedIn profile, move into here and say social accounts, paste in our LinkedIn, and now I can see what you do. So when I arrive, if I arrive cold, maybe I haven't seen your LinkedIn yet, but I find you via some other means, or I go to the website and I don't click on LinkedIn first, I go straight to GitHub. I know exactly what job you want and what tech you use. And then if I think, oh, I like what I see here, we'll talk about the rest of GitHub shortly in the next video. But then I think, okay, I want to see more information, and I can get straight through to LinkedIn, and continue to read about your experience. So those first trivial things are the most common mistakes that people make. But now we're going to start to talk about what do recruiters really look for if they think that everything involved with the basics, the profile picture, the bio or headline as it's called on LinkedIn, and I can get to LinkedIn from here. Once the basics are correct, what are they looking for within your repositories? And we'll talk about that in the next video.